Greetings everyone, I'm Napoleon Complex, and today we're going to be fighting the Battle of St. George. We'll be playing as the Byzantines. Here's the blurb if you'd like to read about it, and let's get started. So here's the background to the battle. I've already read it. And let's just take a look at what's going to happen. Now the Byzantines have, the Principality of Achaea rather, has a much larger force than us. You can see all this cavalry here. Just have a look at my relatively small force. We are seriously outnumbered. These are my best cavalry in the middle. I've also got these more mediocre cavalry on the left and right, and then we've got some nomad horse archers and light horse archers. So I am completely overmatched in the cavalry department. The infantry department really isn't much better. Now if you look at my infantry, we have these below average troops. We've got these Byzantine garrisons, atop, and we also have these garrison archers who are also below average. You'll note that the enemy has a much more varied force, while they do also have these below average Frankish raw spearmen. Most of their force is actually above average. They've got these armoured spearmen here, more armoured spearmen here. They've got these Malingoi who are about the match for my Gasmaloi and Saxonians. Basically these are irregular forces, but theirs are better. And they have far more archers, and their archers are better quality as well. Now I do have a small ambush force back here, and when I spring this ambush the enemy will be disrupted. But if I spring it too soon, the enemy will just turn around and thump them. So I'm really going to have to do something special to first of all neutralise the power of this enemy army, and then descend on it. So I do have a plan in mind. Let's start to implement that. I'm hoping to use this hill here. If we retreat our troops back towards this hill, particularly the archers. So my hope is to have my infantry defend this hill and fire down upon the enemy. As they try and attack. And let's see. Since we've got access to the woodlands here, why don't I send these units over here to hold these forests and further extend our line. Now the cavalry are going to turn around, and they're going to, not everyone, you guys turn in this direction. Same idea here. You lot are going to turn around in this direction, and you're going to form up around this hill. We're going to draw the... Actually, given the way they're travelling, it might actually be better just to draw straight back. And we're going to let the enemy cavalry line come forward. We're going to let them mire themselves upon this hill. We'll use our cavalry to keep them in track, and at the right moment I'm going to emerge with the Byzantine lancers, and I'm going to hit them in the back with the ambush troops. So that's the plan. Let's see if I can pull it off. I have many reservations about this one. You see how quickly they come forward. No time at all to prepare. No time to get into these scattered rough ground and woodlands positions. They're coming straight for us. You do not have time to do anything fancy here. You can't rearrange your entire line. Unless you pull back, which is why I'm running away. I am so completely outmatched here. But again, it doesn't matter, because if I can get the rout percentage, then the enemy won't be able to beat us. Get them out of the way for the moment. We need the room. Get everything out of the way that could get them, that could slow our soldiers down. And so what needs to happen is this Byzantine unit needs to go here. This archer unit needs to go to here. So all of this has to be very carefully planned out, and we need to get these units turned around as fast as possible too. That's the next part. This group at least can get up onto the hill now. At least they're manoeuvrable troops, so that helps. That means we can get them into position. This unit can't quite get that far. At least get them behind so they can get onto the right They can get level with the hill, and then they can run along. This unit's going to have to take a dangerous swerving path towards the hill, and this unit's headed for the woods, so that's okay. They are not travelling quite so far. As we know, these Gasmalai are going to take a position on the woods or on this area behind the woods. As for cavalry, they also need to start getting out of dodge. So if you can take that route and take it. Go this way, just maximising our movement here. And the rough ground slowing us down in places. This will also have the added benefit of separating their cavalry from their infantry. Have these archers get ready to come back to the battlefield. Next turn, I didn't miss anyone, did I? Except for the ambush forces, of course. Go. Okay, archers begin to set up. At least we managed to get these units into position immediately. See, even with my troops drawing back, they were right upon us. Luckily this unit won't get charged next turn, so they'll be able to turn around. The archers are far enough away that they'll be protected. Let me just think about this for a second. You know, I suppose the Gasmalai don't have to take. We could actually position our garrison soldiers in here. So that's fine. They move into that grove. They move here. Fortunately, it does mean I've got lightly armoured units that are likely to get shot at on the front lines. I want my light forces ready to support. I'll take a pot shot at them there. Cavalry back behind the spearmen where you have some protection. You know, I don't see any reason to stop running just yet. Let's take up position on this hill here. See them and move this unit around. Right, first, move the cavalry back, take up position on this hill here. Because they have power. I cannot understate just how powerful these knights are. We need to make sure that we take every advantage we can get. No, because they've got archers coming up in support. So just get onto this hill, and now we'll make our stand from here. Now we'll bring our archers through. And with that, we can start the next turn. They're already upon us. These javelin can cause a lot of damage if we can get through to somewhere. I'm hoping that my presence here will separate the knights out from these weaker Frankish sergeants, and they might also open up their weak archers to attack. Now let's see. Since they are now starting to come towards us, we do have the height advantage. Let's start to turn around. Forest could be annoying here. Turn that unit to face here. Yeah, just keep our options open. Now, since they've been so obliging to come into bow range, and close bow range at that. Leather them with arrows. Good. That's a start. Now, we can't do much damage to the knights, but I can sure do a lot of damage to these Franco sergeants. They're out of shooting range for now. And let's see. Don't forget to turn the infantry around. And since they're facing knights, oh well, everyone's facing knights. But this unit's facing two units of knights at once, so I guess we'll give them the extra troops. Note that this unit of archers is a little bit vulnerable. Turn around, because these knights are quite dangerous. And let's... Right. If I know for a fact that these Byzantine garrison scutati will lose to knights even with the protection of the forest, but the knights will disorder themselves. So what I can do is keep my forces back towards the hill here. But if this unit gets into trouble, we should have a unit of lancers close enough by that they can come to help. So we'll continue to just ride around and use the cover of the infantry to get this unit into a protective area. You guys come across here. The enemy are getting awfully close there. You guys take the longer route. Now with the enemy facing this direction, it's at this point that I think we're due. No, let them get a little bit closer before I spring my ambush. And also let them get clear of this protective terrain. Next turn, has everyone fired and done their thing? Turn them around. Right, next turn. Yep, I knew the charges would start. Right away we're disrupted. That was one of the worst units they could have disrupted as well. Because now I'm not going to be able to get the flank attack I was hoping to get off. So we're probably going to lose this scenario. I'm still going to try. I don't think I've made any mistakes that have made this an embarrassment for me. I just need to get a bit of luck next time. Right, let's... We held firm at least. Now, what's going... General up this unit here to minimize the chance of a cohesion test. Let's see, do we break this turn? No. Okay. So, if we engage in melee now, general up. Leather them with arrows. Prevent them from dropping back as well. But remember, we've got these archers coming up against us. Crash into them here. Those archers can't block the flank attack. If they just, because I don't, they'll have the protection of the hill if I advance now. I don't, okay. Send one unit forward to challenge them here. Now, with that situation being addressed, I won't say under control. take that chance to lock them in. Bit of a risk. Okay. Not having a lot of luck so far, but hopefully that will give me a chance to disrupt these spearmen, because I'll take a 29% chance for an 87% chance of disrupting that unit later on. Now let's start to hammer them with our arrows, our missile units. They've already fired, so I'll focus on this unit exposed to flanker sergeants. Unfortunately, so far we are getting... Nope, that's a disruption. That's exactly what we needed. Nope, just keep them in bow shot. And as for the situation here with the cavalry, thankfully we have this situation more than under control thanks to the presence of our Byzantine garrison here. Now there is a danger here that turn to face that square there. These knights will have to cover this area. And you know what? Turn to face this unit as well, because we could suffer a flank attack. These units can hide behind. That's fine, because they won't be able to ride forward there. Come to here where we've got some protect. Okay, there is a universe where we get flanked next turn, and there's not really much I can do about it. I think now we have to bring out the ambush force, and what this will do is panic the enemy and cause disorder in their ranks. So our cavalry are coming out of the castle now, and we'll see the effect that has on the enemy army. There we go. Disrupted immediately. Okay, they're actually sticking in melee with their Byzantine guard. They've locked themselves in. They moved the skirmishers away. So that means they will be able to get an attack against us there. The archers took the rough ground. That's exactly what I didn't want to happen, but this situation forced me to respond. Smart enough to turn their raw spearmen around to address the threat. It's a real shame they disrupted on impact. Yup. Of course, that can also happen. But they couldn't stop the... Good. Now if we break them, they should all go. It's terrible odds even with that flank attack. But let's see if we can spread some fear. We need that unit gone. It needs to break this turn. Aren't actually terrible. Like, since they're refusing to go, make them go. Nothing. Right, send them into battle. That at least gives us some hope of resistance. If some of our units can rally up, we can control the situation. We should be able to cut them down steadily. Good, they're fragmented. Let's threaten the enemy's archers. Particularly this unit that's disrupted. Okay, now, I imagine things aren't going particularly well here in the forests. Now that unit fragmented, that was a very nice event for us. And since their Greek Archontes have just exposed themselves, we now need to turn to fight. Now we might not win this battle outright, but remember I only need to get the enemy to a certain rout percentage. So let's see if we can win this cavalry battle before the really heavy hitters start to arrive. Let's see now, here where they've disrupted, Let's see if I can break them with just a charge. Good. What does that do? It doesn't unfortunately do anything to the men-at-arms. Well, since they are just standing there, I think we can start to pick off the knights at this point. Couldn't even cause a cohesion test. Okay, I'm starting to think the knights are just flat out a bad option to try and attack. With this situation stabilising, can I hit this unit here? Can't fire past the woodland, I would imagine. And I can't, because I charged there, I can't give the general over. And they're going to turn back, they're going to get another charge in. Just hold your fire, you're not going to be able to cause any cohesion tests net anyway. I'd like to get that unit of flanker sergeants. Go for those archers. We want to avoid those raw spearmen that are coming to try and contain our lancers. Next turn. Okay, they're just throwing themselves at us instead of coming around the flanks. That's good for us. Those Malingoi skirmishers could actually cause us some problems. But those Malingoi are going to make excellent targets for our archers because they're lightly armoured. And we have to survive this barrage of nothing. I need my men to do better than this. They're giving the enemy too many opportunities. Good, they've rallied up. That's going to help a lot. Even disordered, these cavalry are terrifying. Try and get into melee. Better than dying out in the open. Yes, please, come forward. Just a square further. Since their infantry have just happily exposed themselves to us. Can they also get that unit? What about this group? I'm not likely to cause the cohesion test there. We should have gone after those flanker sergeants. Okay then. So we weren't able to engage them in melee this turn. Oh god, I just realised it. They'll just drop back. I can't concentrate my fire in the same way because they pushed my skirmishers away. Need to remain. Okay, we've got more hope in the cavalry battle, to be perfectly honest. Oh! Oh ho ho ho! Well, that's going to cause some interesting dynamics. Yes, charge, please. In fact, why don't you charge? I have a plan for this. But that's even better. Right now, that's going to come spiraling forward. We charge here. I was hoping. No, because we'll just go rampaging past them. Right, take the general, slap them around the head as hard as you can, please. Good. And these units here, do they hold out? So what you're telling me is that these knights are now severely disordered and are now exposed to attack from the cavalry. Well, I couldn't have asked for a better Christmas, to be honest. And then they died happily ever after. Keep going by the shortest possible route, please. It's surprised the enemy by how fast our cavalry can reach the scene. There's really nothing I can do that's particularly clever here, is there? Since I'm going to take a chance. We have to try to win this battle, which means we need to show some aggression. Now, that's the end of our turn. Yeah, that's just all going to go to heck. There was nothing I could really do about that. I think I shouldn't have committed my cavalry because they were dead anyway. So I just ended up throwing this unit away and they've rallied up as well. This is not bad luck. These are highly superior forces I'm facing. They're all above average, which means they're going to rally up a lot. Good. I can make use of that. They're going to get driven off and then shot to pieces. They're really trying to bring down my garrisons to Tatooine now because they know again that's going to cause me problems. Because once that unit breaks, that unit will be back in good order. I might want to just ignore this and go for their archers. Avoid their best troops and then go after their most vulnerable ones. Right, now we are definitely going to want to break those lancers. We're intimidated by the knights, which means we're not causing as many casualties as we could have. I need to go for it, I need that break. Can we get one more missile from any source into them? So the reason that's happening is because our archers are panicking due to the proximity of these incredibly dangerous knights to their position. See, the plan there would have been to... Actually, maybe I can still do it. Depends whether or not my cavalry tries to drop back or not. No, they dropped back. You guys should... That entire wing is going to go at this rate. So take the knights and hit them in the face. Good. We're keeping them in check here. So yeah, we'll bring them out and hit them as well. That will help to even the odds a bit. Let's see. Probably send the knights in because I'm going to need their agility. You had to route there, didn't you? You couldn't route somewhere sensible. Move these units out to screen us, and I'm going to have to challenge the Hospitallers. But let's be clever about this. We'll challenge them here, pin them in place, hit them with the knights, and then flank through. And I'll bring this unit around, hopefully they can get past the enemy and into the lancers. You guys could just prepare to finish them off then. So we're at 18% enemy routes to 0, so it looks like we're winning, but I think we're about to have some very bad turns ahead as my troops start breaking. I basically have, I didn't know, 71%. I don't know how it's that bad, but it is. Okay, and remember, the moment this unit breaks, all of these units are going to get their cohesion back. Well, let's just do our best in this mess of a situation. They are heroes for clinging on like that. Okay, oh, shoot them again. That's too much of a risk. Wait for this unit to break, then we'll get our cohesion test back. And then hopefully that will also panic these knights. As if that's going to happen. Next turn. Already a bit of good news for the enemy, some of their troops have rallied. Okay, that's good for us actually. The archers are turning back to the main battle. That means that they're not going to be able to respond properly to my cavalry. This is going better than I expected so far. I was hoping that unit would get away with it. They were smart enough to choose to resolve that melee first. I'm starting to go down there. Need that unit to suffer some cohesion tests. Okay, that's going to help. That means that it's now a 2-on-1. Good. It's broken them here. Please, nothing. Good. That unit rallied. We really needed that. Right. Let's see. Can they not charge downhill? Yes, they can. Do just that. Hobble away, you're not going to be able to get away, but at least you can force the enemy to chase you around and just generally be obnoxious. The enemy are on a hill, which is going to help them. That unit of raw spearmen is very threatening. Can I still charge from this angle? And I can't undo it anyway, so we're just going to have to go for it. That was a mistake, because now their spearmen will be able to stop my lancers from charging. That's not an option. I blew this. I really did. They can survive a turn of fire. Even there, it's poor. Even with all of that, its support is poor odds. Okay, it's our general's guard going up against their the strongest of the enemy cavalry here. Just resolve that melee for a second. Nope, we're just going to have to use the flank attack then. It's a shame because that's now going to occupy them as the enemy run around the battlefield. But we've got a flank attack set up there. Have I emerged to block them here? No, of course we're on downhill. What if I just move to threaten them here? And then bring the skirmishers around, bring these forces around, that's what they can do. They can keep this group of weak archers honest by threatening them. In fact, if they can hold on for a turn, we can get the rear charge, I think. Now all of that was to allow, first of all, get this fight here to happen. And since they're being kept in check, let's hit them here. And now that unit's starting to go down. Come on guys, can you stop losing for a second? Give them the general now. We should start to beat them soundly. And keep shooting that unit even though we're low on ammo. We need to keep the... do we? Yeah, we do need to keep those knights in... Well, well, force them to charge us if they want to get out of arrow fire for our soldiers. And that is just too good an opportunity to miss. Fantastic. If we can hit them, everyone. Right, if we can get a frag... What are we going... No, nothing. If we can get a fragmentation of those Malingoi, well, wouldn't that be something special? And who's got the better odds? Still the Spearman. That would have been amazing. I'm hoping if these units lose any more melee, they'll just drop back and out of melee. Well, you try using varied language while you're fighting for your lives. They're not going to give us a moment's peace, are they? Since they're going this way, I could possibly use them to support here. I'd be more excited about those knights shackling themselves in. Ah, that was a really good charge! They judged that perfectly. No, goodness. Disrupted that easily. That really hurts us. That flank is going to go at some point. I'm just under too much pressure there. Oh, they all would, and they couldn't drop back. That was to be expected. Not angry about that. They've gone. Please, no. No. We are getting rid of them here. There's so much going on now. We've broken them here. They're at 29%. That was a very poorly judged charge by my cavalry. How bad it is. Of course it's bad. As I said, those lancers, those knights just take no prisoners. We're on the brink of crushing them here. Now, my archers will lose that attack, so all this blocking them in. If those knights are attacked currently, they will drop back in this axis, so that is to our benefit. Shoot them here. Shoot them here. You're going to have to go for the kill. Break them here, see what happens to those Greek archers. Not exactly how I would have liked that to go down, to be honest. But it does mean I can flank these archers. And they fragmented good. Because we are so close to victory, and yet I can see so many ways this could go horribly wrong. First of all, that unit is probably going to go soon. Now, hold on a second. Generals in pursuit. They are not going to be able to win that on their own. But I don't really have much of a choice. We'll go for the archers then. And just pray that, well, let's just see how this goes, since I've already decided that that's how it's going to play. Right, fine, go for the archers. And now this horrid part of the field. We can at least charge down against these archers that have exposed themselves. Health farm, that's going to be annoying. Get the cavalry out of there, they're not... Their archers are distracted. I know that death is inevitable here. Let's just go down fighting. Knights here are regretting their decisions. We are actually winning in that fight, and those Malingoi skirmishers won't have anywhere to go if I decide to charge down the hill now. No, that's... well... No, not a good idea. They will get ground down quite quickly, but it would give them an advantage. No, that's fine. Let's just... I think I can win this without taking any drastic action now. The collapse on the right has so far not been as bad as I feared. They've been amazing troops. That was terrible. They just washed everything away in a single poisoned moment. Now, they just charged in against lancers and fragmented themselves. I need to get to 40% and then get a 25% advantage above the enemy's rout percentage to win. That's all I need to achieve here. It's again going to hurt them because they're trying to charge cavalry. They were allowed to drop back. But it hasn't gone as badly as it could have, because they could have come up into our archer line and was really afraid of that. Rather than do that, they'll just stand their ground. Maybe I can find the rout percentage from somewhere else. Interesting theory, but I don't think that would actually help. Sometimes reliable but boring trumps impressive, flashy but dangerous. But let's be honest, usually boring but reliable trumps flashy but dangerous. Right, just start shooting them here then. That helps. You're in real danger here. Hit them hard. Because I want to minimize the danger of this. Who else is available to shoot at? Those knights. Those knights have taken terrible casualties. I can only shoot them with one unit. This group just needs to try and survive to the end of the battle now, I think. That group is probably going to lose soon anyway. I could just try and escape the situation. But then again, they're basically threatening my rear. I'm going to give them the general, charge home, try and break them here. Now, I have no idea what's going to happen when this unit breaks. Thankfully, so far it hasn't been anything serious. Turn around to here. This unit isn't really achieving anything. Could potentially get the drop on these skirmishers. And I think with that, we're done. There's nothing more to say now. We're at 23% rout percentage. I rout one more unit without one of my units routing. Except unless that happens. Good. Anything that slows down what's happening on that right flank is good to me. More desperate attacks this time from the Frankish spearmen. Remember, these are defensive spearmen, they shouldn't be charging like that. What were they? Oh wow, really? Even when disrupted? They still lost the melee. Okay, they're going to collapse soon. And really do with those archers being broken. They're fragmented there. Some of my units have rallied, that's going to help. I just need one more rout and the enemy are done. Okay. Turn to face because we don't really have another option. They are going to break. I need to decide how I'm going to set it up to receive that. I think we go. Hold on a second. So we break through here. Please don't charge the raw spearmen. Good, but they might do it again next turn. General up. Hit them hard here. Okay. And now I can definitely charge in. Okay, in hindsight I should have done that with the cavalry. Can we get... No, their archers are really fighting us hard now. And let this just come through here, get as many of our troops forward. Turn this way just in case they do something incredibly dangerous. We'll just get everyone past and let those rampaging knights through. Oh, they stopped them though. Fine, close them in, close them down. And since that has happened, let's hit them here to see what happens. Alright. There's not really anything else I can reasonably do. They're threatening the archers now. Just if those Frankish men at arms come after us, at least they'll come after only one unit. And I might even be able to distract them with nomad light horse archers and save their bacon. The battle goes on. This is going to be an exhausting one. More a wave of rallies, and no, now they're winning. Can't hold those charges up forever. That wasn't. Yeah, now they're getting into the woods. You do have the protection of the woodland here. They're bringing their knights around to deal with our stratoi, and these are highly superior forces. Okay, that's a disruption. Didn't realise they were still pursuing. Hide in the woods, I guess. That hill is going to do absolutely nothing to stop their stop those knights from hitting us. We've got a flank attack on us here. It's very much looking like one of those battles where it's all going to go pear-shaped at the last minute. Do nothing to stop that flank attack that's going to happen. They're on the brink of auto breaking as well. No, that's a frag. No, oh, we forced them back. Right, into battle. So that defensive spearmen against defensive spearmen. No, they just drew it back as well. This is not good for my nerves. Oh, I didn't realise I still had that unit right. And they're just basically left to hide in the woods now. Keep working on that unit there. You guys keep limping away. I think actually if you guys move to here, that means they have to do a bit more work to engage us. They're doomed. Morons. That could be the reason why we lose the battle. Not where I would have chosen to attack. Remember, they're very close to auto-breaking. If they're not careful, they'll auto-break themselves. We are going to start losing ground there over time. Back up to 22%. I think we instantly broke their knights. Charge! How are the odds? Even with all of that, the odds aren't great. They already have the general. Already regretting that decision. Fragment. So they should break them. No. Worth a try. That, on the other hand, is not worth a try. That is very much not worth a try. They'll take a long time to auto-break actually because they're highly superior. We're so close, I just need something else to go wrong for the Achaean army. No, oh, they've come to the same plane. Okay, they fell back, that's good. Just Klingon a little fragmented. They're disrupted. They've broken 24%. If they break, we win! We won! Oh, thank goodness. Oh, anything that gets us out of that hideous battle. At that point, the enemy's lost heart, we are victorious. That was unbelievably close. Honor satisfied. Let's just get the hell out of here. That was really, really harsh. With the sheer weight of the enemy army, I thought we were going to get bowled over on the hill. But our cavalry managed to catch the enemy and complete disarray here. We just picked off their cavalry, picked off their knights, and then we bowled them out, and then we just chased them down all the way to here and destroyed them. We were starting to come on the counter-attack here, but I think we would have even managed to sort this out with enough time. We would have we held the right flank against everything. We would have eventually lost here. We would have had to confront the enemy with the forces from the left flank, but this position gave us the time we needed, and also distracted enough of the enemy's best units and killed enough of the enemy's best units that we were able to achieve this. And also, the skirmisher battle that I set up ended up being the one that won the fight. So we used our resources effectively and we were rewarded with victory. I've been Napoleon Complex. Thank you for watching this, and I will see you in the next one. Farewell.